And so I highly encourage you to be able to liberate yourself from the mind, from the conditioning, from the stories that do not serve you, and move into a space of higher alignment with your heart and what your highest self ultimately knows is best for you. This is the energy of deep love, and this is the frequency of self-love. Welcome, my beautiful love, to my channel. I'm Venus Del Mar. I'm so excited to dive deep into this beautiful topic of self-love. I sincerely believe we're all on a journey of self-love here, and that Spirit has placed us in these bodies to interact with different reflections and different forms of love. And ultimately, it is such a divine journey to be able to cultivate that love for yourself. The first pleasure code that I'm sharing with you today is all about gratitude. Gratitude is that feel-good attitude that brings you back to the present moment and really allows you to sink deeper into your body. And I'm going to repeat this messaging and this idea about body wisdom just because it is so liberating to be this in tune and connected with your body, even when you're not feeling that great. So back to this pleasure code of the attitude of gratitude. So this attitude really allows you to crack through any of the mental layers that may be bringing you out of the present moment. And I legitimately experienced this today. I went on a beautiful hike, and through this hike, I noticed that my mind was getting caught up in past and future things that were in no way, shape, or form relevant to what I was experiencing in that moment. And as I looked up on the trail, I saw this sign, and written on the back of the sign, it literally said, "Love yourself." And that just whoop brought me back to a deep state of alignment of like, wow, okay, I'm here right now. I'm breathing deep with my body. I'm walking on the sacred land right now. I get to experience the snowy mountains around me. And that depth brought me back to my heart and to my body, into that present moment. And that was so illuminating to immediately, with that one little divine sign from the universe, knowing that I could drop deep into myself and say, no, I choose love. I choose myself. I don't choose these figments of my past or my future. I choose to love myself right here in this moment. The second pleasure code that I want to share with you today is that of the pleasure that is always around and within your physical form, your body. And what I'm talking about here goes a little bit deeper. Knowingness of the exact points of your body that elicit great pleasure, that bring you great pleasure, that brings you to more aligned states of consciousness and of being. And just to share an example, I know one of the things that immensely relaxes my nervous system whenever I do get anxious or I'm feeling super in my head, I have this special trigger point on the middle, kind of like archway of my foot, the middle of my foot, that when I press, it immediately relaxes my whole body. I don't know why or how, but it's something that is so powerful for me and brings me to a very grounded state. So this is one of those little pleasure hacks that I do whenever I'm feeling anxious, or even before doing something that elicits a lot of pleasure, like lovemaking, and letting my partner know this is where I want to be touched, and this is how deeply I want the pressure, and knowingness that that is one of the gateways for my own personal body to open up. Another sacred pleasure code that I'd love to share with you today is that about the spiritual awakening journey. So I feel like spirituality as a whole hasn't been seen as something that is innately pleasurable, but for us as human beings to align to our highest frequency, I think it is really important to be able to expand our minds and to be able to see our spiritual growth and journey as something that is pleasurable. This has allowed a deeper depth of connection to all of my chakras, to all of the energy centers of my body. It has really allowed my mind to expand and allowed me to connect deeper into the things that I know are deeply important to me and that I find deep pleasure in. And one example of this is really allowing the different energy centers of my body to be connected through sound, to be activated by the elements of nature, and to allow myself to open and expand in all of these ways. It is deeply rejuvenating and healing to be able to feel your energetic body be fully aligned, open, and activated. And from this place, we can really expand spiritually as the beautiful beings that we are meant to be on planet Earth. This all brings me to a really exciting announcement of a creation that has been near and dear to my heart. I have been deep in the works of creating the 7 Chakras Sensual Meditation, Activate Your Inner Goddess. It will be available to you next week. It's so juicy and fun and has really opened up a deep pathway of enlightenment and sensual connection between all of my 7 chakras. And it is a gift that I will be able to share it with you. So stay tuned for that. So I'd love to kind of circle back and hit through all of these pleasure codes again. They're also sacred, and I really want this wisdom to hit you deeply in the core of your being, to elevate your vibration and to carry this frequency through, because this medicine is really, really powerful. And I know that these are things that have deeply helped me in my journey. So first, pleasure code, the energy of gratitude. So finding all the things to be grateful for in your life, but to really feel them deeply throughout your day. And I want you to zoom down to the microcosm of the smallest little things in your life. When I wake up in the morning, there is this beautiful surge of energy. I am a morning person, I do have to say. But for me, feeling like the rotation of the earth turning back towards sunlight and allowing that dawn of realization of, wow, I am alive. I get another day on planet Earth. Starting out in that energy of deep gratitude first thing in the morning brings me so much pleasure, because I get to be in that energy of, wow, I get to play, I get to create, I get to exist, I get to be alive. And the list goes on and on of these deep feelings of gratitude. For the pleasure code of your body, of the present moment with your physical form, really deeply tune into all of the moments throughout your day where you get to be in your body and you get to be physical. Whether that is consuming yummy food, which is one of my favorite things, or that is the simplest touch or hold of a hand or a hug, an interaction with an animal or a plant, just really tuning into what it actually feels like to feel the texture of somebody's hand or a plant, what it actually really feels like to taste and smell the aromas of the food that you're enjoying. I absolutely am such a body wisdom person, and these are one of the things that will instantly drop me into present moment realities and away from the monkey mind or from other emotional feelings that might actually be pulling you out of your physical reality. And finally, to circle back to the spiritual awakening, to the spiritual depth and expansion, and finding the pleasure in that, is that deeper connection to higher self. There are some moments where we maybe not so consciously choose to listen to our mind, to our negative thoughts, to our limiting beliefs. And those moments, we can become more aware of them. and choosing the higher path, which is listening to your higher self, to your heart. Those are the deep intuitive moments where you can instantly tap into your truth, into the vibration and energy of love that is above and higher than any of these lower realities and these lower frequencies that are trying to hold you back in some way, shape, or form. And so I highly encourage you to be able to liberate yourself from the mind, from the conditioning, from the stories that do not serve you, and move into a space of higher alignment with your heart and what your highest self ultimately knows is best for you. This is the energy of deep love, and this is the frequency of self-love. Thank you, beautiful divine love, for being here with me today. It is an honor for me to share these beautiful self-love codes. I hope that this video deeply inspires you and sends a beautiful ripple effect to your loved ones, to your communities, but ultimately to yourself, because you deserve this and you deserve to deeply awaken to your innate pleasure and to the beautiful gift that is your whole essence, your whole being. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and that sensual meditation will be available next week for you. So excited to share that with you. It is a beautiful and deep offering that I've spent many moons creating, and it is finally ready for you. Sending you my love and my blessings, and I will see you in a video soon. Mwah!